Alrighty then, so it's time for a double feature video. Let's get these shows on the road. Which one? The first one is Gragas, and it's the longer one of the two. So, anyways, I'm a little disappointed with this team because we were almost completely blue-skinned. You know, it's a shame when just you have that thing going for you, but just somebody is missing the vital skin, and it hurts inside. Either way. Jokes aside, the team comps for both teams are mostly good. My team is lacking in magic damage, which is why I went Gragas, because my teammates locked in Riven, Zed, and Twitch right off the bat, which limited the champions I could possibly go for. And they have Lee Sin, which makes my day set as Gragas, because if he hounds me or if he kicks me around, that can be, bad news bears. The enemy team is mostly also lacking AP, but they have Vladimir, who is really difficult to kill, especially with my composition, who won't be able to maximize their damage if he uses his pull right. So my biggest worry is Vladimir in this game. The others, not so much. They'll do what they do usually. I catch the Nami, and then we have this extremely convoluted chase here because, it probably wouldn't have worked, and I might have died right here when Jinx comes up and ambushes me, and I managed to escape thanks to a heal and my body slam, and Zed shows up right on time to make sure none of us die for this really silly thing we just did. So, hooray, we get 2 kills, and I get to steal a Froggo from the enemy Lee Sin, though Lee Sin gets a kill on top lane too, although from what I gathered in the replay, it was extremely bad. It was just a very long convoluted gank of his own. So, hooray, we both suck. Still, though, I'm slightly ahead in this case. I didn't really get anything out of that, but I'm mostly only ahead due to killing monsters. He has a kill, but whatever. Anyways, it's easy peasy. This game in the beginning goes in our favor only because, we kind of forced it and their teammates are not leaving the lane. You can see that my top lane, her CS isn't that great, although she did manage to get a kill here, or at least 2 kills from that really bad situation. That situation is going to get more exasperated, mostly because it seems certain people still in solo queue can't really farm all that well. My bottom lane apparently isn't all that great. The Twitch isn't responsive to the Thresh, and I know you can't really see team chat, although you can see all chat now. But them two at the bottom lane were fighting and bickering all throughout this entire game. As you can see, the Twitch is pretty special. I don't know what he was trying to do there, and it ended up getting him killed. This little gank against the Jinx is pretty sad, because even though I do get the kill, I thought she wouldn't turn around to attack me, so I thought that ultimate would hit her. She still dies, just not as clean. And then Lee Sin just kind of explodes, because, he's fragile. So I get myself 2 kills, one that probably I shouldn't even have gotten. Still, though, it is not looking good for some of the other lanes. Again, we have 6 and 3, but we're more worried about the farm. I'm more worried about Vladimir than anything else, because I'm constantly having to roam around and do things. Again, it's not the worst situation right now, but also got to mention, this is kind of funny. Lee Sin does the whole follow my heart by pressing Q thing and gets himself in a bad situation and dies. Unfortunately, here's where my worries of Vladimir come true. He kills the Riven, which is pretty big because he gets him a shutdown. Here, I should have just backed away and let Zed take care of it entirely, so he gets another shutdown. And that's a lot of gold for Vladimir. Oh boy. Yeah, it was a huge mistake on my part. Alright, they're getting close, giving him my shutdown. But even just a Riven shutdown gold would have been pretty big for him. So now he pretty much gets to destroy the Zed. And there's not much we can do, because at this point the enemy team is going to start sort of roaming or babysitting him. The Lee Sin's hovering around mid. I do go gank bottom lane, and this is also pretty messy. I go after the Nami, but I miss my body slam because she flashed. Twitch gets caught by the Jinx, but he flashes away. I throw the Jinx into the turret, and we finish her off, though she gets close to killing the Twitch. It was pretty messy. Mostly, this game has been the perfect example of imperfect play. Top lane at this point, is or the Zed at this point is getting a little too greedy and kind of going for weird plays, which is allowing the Vladimir to pretty much maintain his unscathed nature. I go against the Pantheon, then Lee Sin shows up, he decides to kick me, and if I had timed that properly, I could have punished him really hard, and that would have been the most funniest thing ever, just because the Lee Sin seems to be very, cocky. Zed DCs, but he reconnects real fast, but here we go. here's where the babysitting of Vladimir goes on now, and most generally where the Zed really can't hit any of his spells. Our main target is the Vladimir, but it's very difficult to punish him, and some of my teammates keep making some weird plays or putting themselves in really poor positions and getting themselves caught. Like the Thresh there, they shouldn't have been that far ahead, or at least reacted quicker. And the Zed also just kind of got exploded because he stuck around near the tower when they could easily dive him. And here we catch we don't catch the Lee Sin. We try to catch Lee Sin, and we're trying to protect the red dragon. But here's my fault. Well, I go in, or try to go in, and then I realize, oh, Vladimir is flanking me, so I try to run away. So I take a ton of damage. Riven goes in to help me, and she gets herself killed. I survive with way too low health to actually contribute, and I kind of feel she should just let me die and try to stop the dragon and try to do something herself. Because that was really sad. But that was me not paying attention to the Vladimir, because I kind of thought he was our own teammate for some reason, but it was a really silly mistake of mine. But yeah, at this point, things are kind of falling apart. Mostly because we're not really working together. My bottom lane is just fighting each other. And a lot of these situations I'm putting myself in are extremely imperfect. They're not clean. And every time something doesn't go clean, you burn more resources than necessary, or you put yourself really low in health, so you sort of have to waste a lot of time going back to heal. So yeah, imperfect ganks or forced gank or sloppy ganks, they hurt you in more ways than one. And sometimes it would have been better if you didn't even try to gank. Yeah, because me ganking top lane sort of led the Riven also getting killed again, so yeah. Right now, it's a weird battle of map control. I don't think it was a necessary one to completely fight, but we don't have the best split pushing. We don't have the best ways of dealing with Vladimir alone. So trying to force team fights is also kind of a bad situation. But we're doing it anyways, and it's really sad because I missed my body stint because I was way too close to a minion. I did get my barrel off, and I do believe we managed to kill the Vladimir finally, but the amount of damage he dealt was extreme. Like, we lost more than they did. So it was not preferable. I mean, we did get a shutdown, but still, it doesn't really matter. Their kill spread is also way more devious than ours. I mean, ours isn't the worst, but we don't have that much, and it's on me, and it's on the Thresh. It should be on the other ones, considering what kind of champions they are. Here, I catch Tanami and I go after her when I should have probably just turned around and tried to help my teammates, but I didn't, and now the rest of them just kind of get annihilated. Here, we get chased. The Runga gets caught and destroyed, and it leads to, well, one of the more hilarious shenanigans. This is why I kind of disrespecting the Lee Sin a lot. He keeps giving me chase, and he goes under the tower, and, I just kind of CC him down, and he gets destroyed. It's like, yeah. I always call these players the solo queue superstars, where it's like, we got to make them plays, yo. But he died, and even if I died, he would have gotten revenge killed by the tower, so it was pretty stupid. Either way, 16 and 21, it's a lot closer than you would expect, but there's a lot of signs obviously telling that we pretty much already lost this game. We can't even match anyone in any team fight. We're losing way too much and gaining very little, and it's pretty much done. It was sad. It kind of seemed pretty, destroyed from the beginning, mostly because me as a jungle, I remained very ineffective, and I couldn't really do very much due to the bottom lane being the way they were, and me making some very forced ganks because I was getting, panicking a little bit too much. And if anything, that goes to show that you should try to remain calm through most things, not force things. Anyways, second game is another Fiddlesticks one, because I always love Fiddlesticks one. And this one is just kind of an embodiment of solo queue. Just basically clearing. Both team comps are, I mean, they're not bad. We're both lacking some really strong initiation, but we have a lot of damage. Both team comps have quite a bit of devious amounts of damage. Theirs is more sustained than mine. Mine is way more bursty, so if we get some certain things done, we could just wipe them out. If we don't kill them in a burst, we probably get killed in return, but hopefully damage them enough that we don't lose completely. At least that was what I was going through in my head. I picked Fiddlesticks mostly to shut down champions like Cassiopeia and Jax. The rest of them came off after. I think I was the third pick in this game. I'm not really too sure. I don't remember. But anyways, 3 kills to 0, pretty good so far. I invade and take away their frogs, mostly because I saw that the Lee Sin was hovering around top lane. I come down bottom lane. And I hate this situation here. I fear the Sona do quite a bit of damage, but you can see the replays messing up here. I warded the enemy blue side, and I pinged for Lee Sin, and I mentioned it to my teammates, and then they don't care. And then they die anyways, because it's solo queue, yeah. So, like, you could ward the entire map. There could be no fog of war, and some people would still be blindsided by something super obvious. But whatever. Anyways, aside from that, my Zed teammate actually does listen to pings and actually does pay attention to the map, so he has been ganked by the Lee Sin, who's been sort of hounding him. And I think he also just taunts. Anyways, here I ult immediately on the Cassiopeia. She didn't have flash or anything, and just gets absolutely destroyed. I love it. When she tries to ult me, and my ultimate is still ticking off. I don't know if that was warded, but she reacted in the way that it was. But she put herself in a position way too close to the wall, so it was easy peasy gank. Here I catch the Jax too, fear him, spread the red buff on him, and then just throw the Dark Wind. He gets damaged heavily. Also here, I was trying to keep the minion away from pushing towards more of the side, but the Riven was so angry, pinging me, telling me, no farm for you. Well, I just helped you a lot, but screw you. Also, the Lee Sin did something hilariously silly there. So, pro tip against Fiddlesticks, don't hang around minions too close, especially singular minions, because he hung out too close to the Scuttle Crab. My Dark Wind bounced off it onto him several times, dealing quite a bit of damage. So don't do that. It's not good. No bueno. It hurts you a lot. So, anyways, clear the wolvies, clear the chickens. 7-2 so far. The Jax DC, he rage quit. Apparently pinging the Cassiopeia in rage. So, yeah, this game is pretty much donezo. As soon as Sona gets herself into a little bit of a close to the wall, I flash over with my ultimate and my, flash, and kill myself with Jinx. Lucian flashes to try to execute the Sona, but it was a pretty poor decision from the get-go, so it just cost him his flash. But whatever. At this point, you can tell this game is pretty much over, which is why it's part of a double feature. The enemy Jax rage quit because, he was making a lot of silly decisions, and, he got punished for it, but he wanted to blame his teammates. Me, I was punishing a lot of bad decisions, so I got rewarded for that. Hooray. And, yeah, pretty much at this point, just the enemy team, kind of like a reversal of the last one, made a lot of weird decisions, bad decisions, not really paying attention much to the map. I think the Cassiopeia, even with the ward, the pivotal point for her lane was getting killed by my ultimate. She should have just, taken into consideration that, I would be able to do so, or alter, or maybe someone else should have informed her that I'm close to hitting level 6, or as soon as the ward got hit, she should have just backed off immediately, not even tried to go for the last bit of CS. And at that point, yeah, once Fiddlesticks starts snowballing, once you stop warding against them, it just gets a little bit sad. This is pretty much goes on as Fiddlesticks. Once map control is completely gained, the enemy team can't stop any of your shenanigans, and going near any bushes becomes, a death sentence for them. Yeah, essentially. You'll see here in another situation what I mean, where some bushes become basically suicide for the enemy team. I mean, at this point, the game is over, so I might as well get to talk about some random things. Solo queue right now is a little bit sad. Mostly because I have noticed, not a lot noticed, but have noticed a bit where some players just kind of give up because they didn't get put in the position they wanted to. But I've already been reading about that prior to coming back to League of Legends. And I had only a couple of my games, not too much, not as much as Reddit made it seem out to be. But it is sad. I kind of hope, not to have to deal with that. I kind of hate this new placement rank because I don't ever want to feel pressure to play the other lanes. You're only whatever placement in this. It's just a shame. I never wanted to deal with that. But whatever. Riot will do what Riot wants, and if enough people complain about it, maybe they will change it. They changed Flex Q. So whatever. Either way, we take the Baron, and at that point it's just easy peasy lemon squeezy, just waiting for them to surrender. It's taking them a lot longer, but they eventually do. I think when they saw that we got Baron, they're like, well, just screw it. They're kind of toying with us. Let's just end it. Go for the dragon, but at this point they surrender, and that's it. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the double feature. Let me know what you think about the new placement rank. Yay! And if you liked this video, remember to give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure to hit the little bell up there somewhere so you actually get notifications to my videos, because YouTube and stuff.